Most people think introverts are all the same: quiet, shy, easy to ignore. But psychology suggests something very different. There are actually 4 kinds of introverts, and each one is quiet for a completely different reason, which means the quiet person in the room might understand everyone else far better than they understand themselves. If you've ever felt misunderstood or labeled something you're not, this might explain why. According to one psychological model, introversion doesn't come in just one form. It comes in 4 patterns: social, thinking, anxious, and restrained. Most people are a mix of these, but usually one stands out more than the others. So let's start with the first, the thinking introvert. Thinking introverts live mostly inside their minds. Their brain constantly runs quiet simulations. What if this happens? What if that changes? From the outside, they might look distant, maybe distracted, but inside their mind, patterns are forming. They're watching how people behave. Who stays consistent? Who changes when the situation changes? And what might happen next? Their quiet strength is pattern recognition. They remember what people actually do, not just what they say, and that makes them much harder to fool. But there's a trap. Thinking introverts can start overthinking everything, replaying conversations again and again, questioning every small decision, getting stuck in endless mental drafts. The upgrade is simple. Let your mind explore 2 or 3 possibilities. Then choose one and act, even if it isn't perfect. Now let's look at the second type, the restrained introvert. These are the slow starters. Restrained introverts don't like being rushed. They enter conversations carefully. They warm up slowly, and they need time to mentally arrive in a room. But their strength is deliberate control. While everyone else rushes to speak, they watch. While others react instantly, they wait. And they see who people really are. Because when you don't rush to fill silence, something interesting happens. Other people start filling it themselves. They talk more. They reveal more. Sometimes much more than they planned. Silence feels uncomfortable to them. But for you, it feels natural. The challenge is that people sometimes misunderstand this calm. They might think you're cold or uninterested, even when you're simply thinking things through. The upgrade is simple. Protect your pace, but communicate it. Say something like, "I just need a moment to think," or "I'll answer once I process this." Then your silence becomes a choice, not a mystery. Now let's talk about the third type, the social introvert. Social introverts actually enjoy people. They like meaningful conversations, small groups, real connection, but large crowds, constant noise, and endless social energy drain them quickly. Their strength is selective access. Not everyone gets their time. Not everyone gets their attention. And because of that, their presence becomes rare, and rare things are naturally valued more. The solution is balance. Keep your circle small, but invest in it intentionally. Don't try to be available to everyone. Just be consistent with a few people who truly matter. And finally, the fourth type, the anxious introverts. For anxious introverts, social situations don't just feel tiring, they feel risky. Their mind constantly asks questions like, did I sound strange? Did I say something wrong? Do they think I'm awkward? But hidden underneath that anxiety is something powerful. Hyper-awareness. Anxious introverts notice details most people miss. Changes in tone, small side glances, tiny shifts in expression, subtle tension in the room. This awareness can become a powerful defense. They sense when something feels off and quietly leave situations where they're not respected or not safe. But there's also a danger, treating every uncomfortable feeling like a warning. Sometimes it's intuition, but sometimes it's simply the nervous system reacting. The upgrade is learning to separate the two. Ask yourself one question. What exactly did I see or hear that felt wrong? If you can clearly name it, trust it. But if you can't, it might just be fear, not a real signal. Thinking, restrained, social, anxious. 4 completely different reasons for being quiet. Your quiet might come from thought, from caution, from selectivity, from anxiety, or maybe a mixture of all of them. But none of these make you weak. They simply mean your mind processes the world inward before acting outward. The goal isn't to become louder. The goal is to understand you're quiet. Because once you understand that, you become much harder to misunderstand and much harder to manipulate. That's the real power of knowing what kind of introvert you are. And if this made you see yourself a little more clearly, stay around. Because here we explore dark psychology, quiet power, and the hidden patterns of human behavior that most people never notice.